Health authorities confirm more cases of the more infectious Indian COVID-19 variant in the Philippines. Although concerning, a research group says there's no community-level transmission yet for the new variants. Metro Manila and nearby provinces have shifted to GCQ, but with heightened restrictions. Vaccine recipients flocked to Araneta Coliseum on the first day of its operation as a mega vaccination site. And the state of Ohio in the United States has $1 million idea to overcome COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Health Department confirms the detection of 10 new Indian variant cases in the country. Out of these 10 cases, one was a seafarer who came from Belgium, and the other 9 were crew members of the MV Athens Bridge. So far, there are now 12 reported Indian variant cases in the country. The seafarer disembarked in Belgium and flew back to Manila via the UAE. He arrived in the country on a flight on April 24 and completed his isolation period on May 13. The 9 crew members were admitted at a hospital in Manila. 4 of them are currently in stable condition, while the other 5 are still in isolation facility. Now, as of today, the DOH has reported over 1,138,000 total cases, 19,000 deaths, and 1 million recoveries. The OCTA research group says the entry of COVID-19 variants in the country is concerning. But in an interview here on One News Now, research fellow Professor Guido David said the previous lockdowns helped in preventing any further spread. David noted that the country has not yet seen the effects of the variant as they continue to monitor the situation.
We have reason to believe that there's no widespread community transmission yet for these variants. And we believe that the reason that there's no community transmission was because these cases actually came in during ECQ and MECQ.
David also backed the shift of the NCR to GCQ with heightened restrictions, provided that the move is calibrated and in accordance with their previous recommendations.
We cannot stay in lockdown forever, so this is actually a good time to take the calculated risk of opening up businesses, so we can start, economic recovery for certain businesses.
The smart Araneta Coliseum opened its doors today as Quezon City's mega vaccination site, but there were issues encountered. Some senior citizens complained that they were not immediately accommodated for vaccination despite being part of the priority group. Quezon City Vax to Normal co-chair Joseph Wico explained that there's a limited reserved vaccine shots per day. With this, only those who booked online and with confirmed schedules were able to receive AstraZeneca shots at the Big Dome. Those senior citizens who walked in were listed instead in the quick substitution list. Governments across the world are coming up with creative incentives to overcome COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy. Ohio in the United States, for one, is offering a weekly $1 million prize and full ride scholarships. Let's watch this video from Bloomberg.
2 weeks from tonight, on Wednesday, May 26th, we will announce the winner of a drawing of all those 17-year-olds and under who have been vaccinated, and the winner will receive a full 4-year scholarship to any one of our state universities. This will include tuition, room and board, and books. 2 weeks from tonight, on May 26th, we will announce a winner of a separate drawing for adults who have received at least their first dose of the vaccine. This announcement will occur each Wednesday for 5 weeks, and the winner each Wednesday will receive $1 million. The Ohio Department of Health will be the sponsoring agency for the drawings, and the Ohio Lottery will conduct them. The money will come from existing federal coronavirus relief funds. I'm asking businesses across Ohio to reach out, offer incentives to get more people vaccinated. The Reds and Indians are offering discounts on tickets to their games. Minor league teams are doing it as well. With the vaccine, White Castle is offering free butter cakes on a stick.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Health Department says safeguards are in place for the implementation of a more stringent GCQ and NCR Plus starting today until the end of the month. Under the new quarantine status, those aged 18 to 65 years old may go out, but only essential travel into and out of the bubble are allowed. Food establishments may allow dine-in at 20% capacity and al fresco at 50%. Churches may hold religious activities like holy masses at 10% capacity. Now, only outdoor non-contact sports and tourist attractions are permitted, still at a limited capacity. Entertainment and recreational venues, amusement parks and playgrounds, and conference areas are still prohibited. The Toll Regulatory Board will conduct a dry run of the three-strike policy against erring RFID users before its full implementation. In an interview here with us, TRB spokesperson Julius Corpus said no motorist will be apprehended for having no or insufficient load when they pass through the RFID lanes. Instead, they will only receive verbal warnings from toll operators. The three-strike policy was approved in order to encourage RFID to check and reload their balance to avoid inconveniences.
They can remind, they can warn motorists, but on a verbal basis only. No apprehension for those without load or with insufficient load passing through RFID lanes will happen during the time being.
Let's now take a look at other stories from around the world. Deputy Assistant U.S. Secretary of State Hadi Amer has landed in Tel Aviv for de-escalation talks between Israel and Palestinians. Amer will take part in the negotiations of Israeli, Palestinian, and UN officials as the violence in Gaza continues. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is calling on world leaders and tech firms to focus some of their efforts on understanding social media algorithms. Ardern explains that this way they may be able to stamp out violent extremism online. And Pope Francis has underscored the increasing cost of raising children, resulting to low birth rates in some countries such as Italy. The pontiff says governments should help parents to ease their worry about the expenses of having children. And for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. You may also visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.